Where are we headed to today, dear?
Batesville, Indiana.
For what?
Thing-A-Lings. Cherry Thing-A-Lings. Every year around President's Day, people from miles away make their trek to Batesville, Indiana to visit Schmidt Bakery, home of the Cherry Thing-A-Lings. We've been wanting to try these ourselves for years, and this year we decided to head up there and brave the line and the 20-degree weather.
How long have you guys been waiting in line?
What time is it?
Almost 1 o'clock.
Almost 2 hours.
Is it worth it?
I don't know. I've never had one.
This is Bertie Schmidt. She is one of the owners of Schmidt Bakery here in Batesville, Indiana, and we are here in a massive line. Been waiting for a little while for what's known as the Cherry Thing-A-Ling.
That's
So, what is a Cherry Thing-A-Ling?
It's a yeast donut, and they put chopped whole cherries in it, and so it chops them up, and then the dough raises, and they throw it on the table, and they flour it, and then they cut it up into 3.5 pounds. They scale it, and so then they have a machine that divides it into 3.5 dozen, and we have somebody putting them on the screen, and then they go into the proofer, and then the proofer gets to the heat fryer, and then that's it. So yeah, and then it has a cherry glaze over it.
Okay.
So it's a yeast donut similar to a apple and cherry fritter.
Okay.
But it's a little bit different than that.
And where did the name Thing-A-Ling come from?
Well, one day I walked in, my husband was playing with the cherries and the dough because he wanted the George Washington special. Years ago, we had a retail division downtown, and January and February is a slow month. And so he's trying to figure out some kind of promotion, and so he said, well, I can make some cherry pie and maybe some type of a cherry donut of some kind. And I walked in there and said, what kind of thing is that? And so it kind of came Cherry Thing-A-Ling. So he said, well, we could do that.
And what the first Thing-A-Lings were when? How long ago?
50 years ago.
50 years ago.
And we made maybe 20 dozen.
You're making a little more now today, aren't you?
Yeah.
So what's the biggest crowd that you've seen so far? Right now, we're stretched right around the strip, and it looks like about an average of 2-hour wait.
Yeah, last year it went down the alley, went completely around the whole building, and came back.
Wow.
It was a 4-hour wait. Main Street has gotten involved in the chamber, so they have, usually we come down and bring coffee and hot chocolate down, but we don't get very far because then we have to keep, filling it up. So this year they decided that the Main Street would help us out.
So one more question then. With the popularity as this continues to grow, where is the farthest distance that you've heard someone has come?
Somebody said they came from Detroit, and some came from, Wisconsin, and then there was another one that came south, like maybe Alabama or something.
Well, that tells you right there how great these things are.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate you taking the time. We just spent close to 3 hours standing in line in 20-degree weather for Cherry Thing-A-Lings.
Oh, and they're hot.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
They're warm. That is good.
That is amazing. So was it worth standing in line for 3 hours?
Yes.
They only make these once a year for about 5 days, usually around President's Day.
And all the cherry juice left over from the cherries, the winery over here turns that into wine. So we got a bottle of wine too from last year's Cherry Thing-A-Lings cherry juice.
If you get a chance to come to Batesville, Indiana during President's Day week or President's Day weekend, make sure that you make it a point to visit Schmidt's Bakery in downtown Batesville.
Want another one?
Yeah, I'll do one more.
All right.
You've got to try these. That's all there is to it.
They're really good.
Use the right lane to take exit 149 onto Indiana Route 229 toward Batesville.
And what was your first name? I'm sorry. Bertie. Okay. Kyle.
Kyle.
Kevin's my younger brother, actually.
Okay,
I'm
Kyle.
used to being called Kevin quite a bit.
Okay.
Can't get my jacket off.
So this is Kevin. This is really good.
That sounded really weird.